How can initial AFCS outcomes change over time? The Armed Forces Compensation Scheme, or AFCS, replaced the previous compensation arrangements provided by the War Pension Scheme on the 6th of April 2005. The AFCS allows all current and former members of the UK Armed Forces, including reservists, to submit a claim for compensation based on illness, injury, or death attributed to their service. The AFCS also allows for claims to be made while the individual is still serving, in contrast to the War Pension Scheme, which required the individual to leave service before a claim could be made. There are two main types of AFCS award. The first is a lump sum payment for pain and suffering, the size of which reflecting the severity of the injury or illness. These lump sum payments range from £1,200 to £570,000. Furthermore, if multiple injuries are sustained from the same incident, then the scheme awards compensation for each injury, up to a maximum of £570,000. For those with the most serious injuries and illnesses, AFCS also provides an income stream known as the Guaranteed Income Payment, or GIP. This is a monthly payment, which is paid from the day after service ends, if the claim is made while still serving, or from the date of claim once awarded, if claimed post-service. A lump sum payment is awarded to the individual based on the tariff level for their injuries. The AFCS tariff scores range from 1, which is most severe, to 15, least severe. Each tariff level has a corresponding level of lump sum payment. If you have an injury or illness that has been awarded between tariff levels 1 and 11, you'll be entitled to a GIP. There are several procedures which can lead to an award being changed after the initial award is given. The published statistics as at the 31st of March 2017 provide the latest recorded decision as at the end of each financial year. Some reassessments may be ongoing, and for these claims the presented outcome will be based on the initial outcome until a reassessed decision has been made. This presentation will explain each of the ways initial outcomes can change and the reasons why. Reconsiderations. If the claimant doesn't agree with the decision made by the AFCS, they can ask for a reconsideration of their case. This will result in a different assessing officer reviewing the case. During the 2016-17 financial year, there were 649 registered reconsiderations, with an average of 55 working days before a decision was made. Appeals. Should the claimant still not agree with the decision made by the AFCS, they can appeal to an independent tribunal. During the 2016-17 financial year, there were 986 registered appeals, with an average of 340 working days before a decision was made. Reviews. In addition to reconsiderations and appeals, which are typically requested by the claimant, there are also several types of review that can apply to a claim. Interim awards and reviews. In cases where a disorder is not in a steady state, prognosis is uncertain, or treatment is ongoing or yet to begin, an interim award can be paid at the most likely tariff level. This award is then reviewed and usually finalised within 2 years. Under exceptional circumstances, where matters remain uncertain following this review, the interim award may continue for a maximum of 4 years. Ignorance or mistake reviews. In the event that a mistake has been made, either by the AFCS or the claimant, the award will be subject to change in light of the amended information. This review only applies if the correct information was knowable at the time the decision was made, or where the mistake relates to the diagnosis of an injury when a correct diagnosis could have been made based on the medical knowledge at the time. The ignorance or mistake review can result in an award increasing or decreasing depending on the error that's been made. In exceptional circumstances, awards may be given where they were originally denied, or cancelled when they were originally given. Service termination review. A service termination review occurs when a claim is made while the individual is still serving. However, after the award has been given, the condition has worsened to an extent where they are unable to continue their work. It is worth noting that the award will only be revised if the injury or illness has become worse or has caused further injury to develop. Exceptional review. An exceptional review can be applied for when the injury or illness has unexpectedly and exceptionally worsened or caused a further injury to develop within 10 years of the original decision. This is regardless of whether the claimant is still in service and is entirely based on the state of the injury or illness. During the 2016-17 financial year, there were a combined 1,017 reviews registered. To summarise, the different ways in which initial outcomes can change are through reconsiderations, appeals, and reviews, which include interim awards and their reviews, ignorance or mistake reviews, service termination reviews, and exceptional reviews. Reporting on the latest AFCS decision has had an impact on the outcome presented in the National Statistic. For example, as at the 31st of March 2017, there were 11,833 cleared reconsiderations, of which 3,066 had a change in outcome, 4,389 cleared appeals, of which 1,250 had a change in outcome, and 4,312 cleared reviews, of which 1,855 had a change in outcome. If you would like more information on the AFCS, please visit the gov.uk website on the screen.